And we're live.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
It's not showing. Oh, that's right.
You can't sit here and watch yourself on live.
I can. I just shouldn't. There's the difference. I thought we were doing the Bill O'Reilly thing.
Oh, well, I told you I'm tired. I'm busy. I couldn't get to it.
I was looking forward to that. All right. I'll just sit over here being disappointed then. Oh, I don't like the delay. You're right. I shouldn't watch that because it fucks me all up.
That's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, it will. So let's get rid of that. All right. There we go. Hi, this is Dwight and Walter, and we are live, and nobody's watching anyway, so what's the big deal? Right, Walter?
Come on in.
That's right.
Come on in.
And so we told a few people. Hopefully some people will show up in a little bit. If we'll just keep going anyway, it really doesn't matter, right? So we're doing this live thing now. It's Trash TV Live, and we have some themes that we'd like to do. And now we were gonna do the wheel that we did last week. If you watched last week, and some people did tune in. We got like 58 people, I think. 50, which was pretty cool. Nah, hey, listen, man, it is what it is, and I'm hoping that we can make this a regular thing, and it'll be a lot of fun for people. You know, I think it's funny. We like to think of it as what Howard Stern used to be before he was just a fucking liberal douche-tard. Word, man. Yeah. So we have a couple of things.
Can you imagine us interacting with people? That's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we interact with people that much, though.
By me, if people start pouring in, we interact with people.
If they pour in, we're gonna have to. But listen, we have topics, and we're gonna do like these topics, and some of them are gonna be regular. This week we're just gonna do all of them because we kind of fucked up and we forgot which one was supposed to be recurring and which ones we were just doing. So the themes this week are going to be the hero of the week, right? Trapped on an island, and what that is like every week we'll go over like 5 things that we would want with us if we were trapped on an island. This week it's women, 5 women that we would choose to be trapped on an island with, and Walter and I will each give our picks. And these are the women that if I was trapped on an island for the rest of my life, these are the 5 women I would want to bring.
So are we going back and forth with the picks, like 1 and 1? Or are you just going to list them all out?
Well, I have an explanation behind all mine.
Yeah, I didn't go that deep into it.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't, though. You've been busy. Walter works a lot more than I do. I don't have a lot of shit to do. My dance card isn't that full.
You jumped to that research.
I enjoy it, though. You don't. Like,
I'm sure you enjoyed that research.
I got to hang now. Anyway, that bugs the shit out of me. Okay,
Don't worry.
Try not to obsess.
We'll edit that later.
Anyway.
You just hit my foot with that.
Yeah. So what we're going to start off with is the hero of the week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And these, like, we're doing, like, anti-heroes. Last week it was Bernie Madoff was the hero of the week.
Wait, I gotta go to the scene. Hold on.
All right.
Let's do it.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah, that's what was supposed to be in there, by the way.
Who
Anyway,
the fuck is that guy? Holy shit.
He's one of our heroes of the week, and that was his initial mug shot. And as I said, last week was Bernie Madoff, who big. I'm a fan, and we already explained it last week, so we're not going to go over last week's. All right, now this guy right here that you're looking at on the screen right here. This is Anthony Fats Pino. Yeah,
he looks like one of my guys.
Anthony Fats Pino. He and Joseph Big Joe McGinnis, they were the criminal masterminds behind the Brinks robbery. And I chose that because it was almost exactly 75 years ago. The anniversary just passed. It was January 17th of 1950.
Wow.
Anthony Pino. Now, he was the true mastermind. He brought in Joe McGinnis. And he said, this is what we're going to do it. And what they did was they masterminded this Brinks Heist where they went into the Brinks Armory and they cased it for like 2 years before they pulled off the job. And they did it by like breaking in, and they learned every door, everything. They had keys. They made keys of all the locks, everything. They were ready to go. And the night that they broke in, they were in and out of there in less than 20 minutes. Less than 20 minutes, and they got away with over $2.7 million.
Wow.
Which without firing a shot. Now they tied up everybody. Nobody got hurt. Right, they were in and out. It was a great job. It was great, right? So they were in and out in less than 20 minutes, and it was over $2.7 million, which in today's money is the equivalent of $35 million plus.
Holy shit.
Closer to $36 million in today's money, right? Now, after the robbery, the 11 guys did this, and they were going to divvy the money up, right? So 11 people were going to basically split, 30. It'd be like 11 guys splitting $35 million today. But the thing was, now they were smart about it because they said, like, you remember in Goodfellas where he says, "Don't go flashing this fucking money around," and he winds up killing everybody that flashed the money around, which was great, right? That was the Eric Clapton scene in the pink Cadillac, the fucking women blown away. Because
what I tell you, don't buy anything.
Nothing.
Don't buy nothing.
But no buts. Anyway,
the best is when he goes through that whole thing, the whole spiel, and then the other guy comes walking in, the wife with the fucking fur coat. Yeah. He's got the pink Cadillac.
Yeah. Well, those are the ones that they shot inside the car.
Yeah.
And okay, so they had 9 people. Now, after this, right now, they said you can't spend any money. You got to live your life. The statute of limitations in the state of Massachusetts was 6 years, and that becomes extremely important later on because 2 of the guys, unfortunately, one of them was an Irishman, Joseph O'Keefe, that mother. I hate when. Don't rat. My
See
old
what
man.
happens when you put Italians and Irish people together?
Well, the other one was Italian. Stanley Guscoria, I think is how you say his name. Gusciora.
Yeah.
You're one of them. How do you say it? I think it's
Wait,
Guscoria.
what is it?
Gusciora.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Guscora. I don't know.
Guscora.
Okay, so they did apparently didn't want to work, so they robbed a bank shortly after the Brinks Heist, and they got caught. Now O'Keefe and Guscoria went to the mob, and they're like, "We need money for lawyers," and they said, "No, you don't. You can't do that." And they accepted that, and they went to jail.
You got to go pop your cherry.
Yeah, exactly. Take it like a man. We told you don't get in any trouble. Like that was the deal. So O'Keefe, he gets out. He does time for the bank robbery, right? Does some time, gets out. Apparently didn't get a lot of time because he got out underneath the original 6-year statute of limitations. O'Keefe gets out and he gets popped again. And again he goes to the the Brinks guys. He says, "Look, man," he goes, "I need a fucking lawyer. I'm not going back to jail." And they said, "Well, we're not giving you any money for the lawyer." And he says, "Then I'm going to fucking rat." Yeah, so they hire a hitman and shoot him. Wow. But he don't die.
Shit.
Yeah. Which is like really bad, right?
Yeah.
And here it is. Hold on, I got this. Now this is Pino. He's the guy who masterminded the whole thing. And looking at him, you would go, "Wow, really?" Like, which is just a great cover. So this is O'Keefe right here. That's O'Keefe, the fucking rat bastard that he was, right? Because listen, I grew up you don't fucking rat.
What does he have?
You
a
don't
brown
rat.
Paper bag?
Yeah, and it's his
Full of
fucking
shit?
it's his balls, I think.
They gave it to him to go.
Yeah. Anyway, that's him coming out of court. He's got the cuffs on and everything. But he went ahead and he ratted everybody out. He did it 5 days. 5 days before the statute of limitations was up. They indicted them 4 days before the fucking statute was up.
Wow. That's crazy.
4 fucking days. And 2 of the guys, Pino and McGinnis, the guys who masterminded, they got life in prison. They only recovered $58,000 of the 2.7 stolen. They only recovered $58,000. So I mean, these guys, look, and I got to tell you something, man. I had, these guys worked at that. Like they worked at it, and it was a great job, and nobody got hurt and everything like that. And if this rat bastard cocksucker hadn't, exactly, how can you not admire that.
They make movies about that shit.
They did. Well, Peter Falk was in the movie.
Which movie was it?
The Brinks Job, I think, is what the name of the movie was, which would make sense because it was about the Brinks Job. So anyway,
they left nothing to the imagination.
Yeah. So it's a four days before the statute of limitations was up, they were able to pop these guys and indict them because they had to have the indictment in before the 6-year mark. And that's just, what a piece of shit, man. I got to tell you, man.
Oh, it is called the Brinks Job.
Yeah. The Brinks Job, right?
Yeah. 1978, the Brinks Job.
Was it that late? I thought the movie was done back in the 60s.
A fictional retelling of the infamous Boston Brinks Company robbery on January 17th, 1950 of $2.7 million, which cost the American taxpayers $29 million to apprehend the culprits,
right.
with only $58,000.
And here's the thing, because like I told you, I do some research on these things, right? And I'm looking at this thing and it's so funny because all the articles I read, they're like, yeah, due to the FBI diligence and shit. Like, listen, if O'Keefe wasn't such a fucking asshole, if he had just kept his nose, they never would have found shit. That wasn't great fucking police work. They lucked into it because this guy was a fucking asshole. Like, that's the only reason they caught these guys. They wasn't great police work and everything. The judge, we did a great job. Wow, we really caught those. No, you didn't. You got fucking lucky. Right, you got lucky. This guy had something to trade. When they busted him for the second time, I guarantee he went into the room saying, hey, I got some information on something, guys. And they're like, what? What? It wasn't like we know you're part of it, O'Keefe.
It's real clever police work.
Yeah, exactly. Really? What? Do tell. Yeah, they had no idea. And he went in like a fucking rat bastard and he ratted everybody out.
He said, I got names. They said, we got ears.
That's right. Exactly. Somebody find the guy who can write and take this all down. Yeah.
Whoa, you guys are good.
Yeah. I'm not knocking the cops either. It's just that this wasn't great police work. All these articles like, great.
It cost the American taxpayers more than they fucking stole.
Right. And in all actuality, if they did nothing, they still would have caught these guys. And
it would have cost less.
Exactly. Come on now. Anyway, so that was that, and that is our heroes of the week, are the people who committed the Brinks heist of January 17th, 1950, and again, yeah, I'm an admirer of that. I started looking at some other things. I looked at the Jesse James because people say he was a great anti-hero. He really wasn't, though. People like to paint Jesse James as like a Robin Hood character. He wasn't. And again, I read a lot of articles.
Jesse James, that's the
who? Jesus.
That's the guy. Right?
That's the guy, Walter, with the guns. But they like to say like, oh, he robbed from the rich. He didn't give any of that shit away. In fact, sometimes he had a hard time sharing it with his own gang. So anyway, all right, and that was that segment. That's that segment, and that ate up a total of. Oh, not bad, because I was hoping like each one would go about 15 minutes or so. We're on for 2 hours, which is cool. I can talk for 2 days. It's okay. But the next one is one of my favorite subjects, and this is the whole idea behind this was like, because Walter don't read, but anyway. Last week we did 5 movies, right?
Yeah.
5 movies, and I never really narrowed mine down. You did, which I give you respect for that.
I most certainly did.
But this week is.
Ask me if I remember what they are.
No, I don't expect. I couldn't. I barely remember what the topic was.
Mine changes every week.
Exactly. Every week, I could speak to you in 5 minutes.
It's a lot of good movies.
Did I really say that movie? I don't think I've even seen it. I don't know.
I don't really remember it.
Were these movies that I wanted to see or that I have seen? Yeah. Anyway, this week though is the 5 women you would take with you if you're trapped on a deserted island, and you're there for the rest of your life. So Walter tells me he's picked 5 women, and I have a reason, and I'm gonna rat him out too because I said, Walter, one of them better be your wife. He's like, oh fuck. So Yanni, if you're listening, I'm ratting him out now. 'Cause if Walter was smart, he would have said something. And here's something that would have been cool for him to say for his wife, right? I only need one woman, and that's my woman.
How do you know I wasn't gonna throw a curveball and say that?
Because I know, because I could smell the weed coming out of the bathroom. That's how I know, Walter. Yeah. I said he came out. It smelled really sweet because you got that vape thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that the vape pen?
It's a holiday.
It's a holiday one. Like, it's just like, so that smells really sweet. Like it doesn't smell like weed. I've never, even when I did get high, I was never a weed fan. Like it just wasn't my thing. But I've smelled vapes that smell that way, like regular vapes.
Like nicotine.
Yeah. Holiday scent. Oh. What do they think of
Every
next?
day's a holiday.
Every day's it's a jolly holiday with Walter. Yeah.
We're looking for sponsors still, so, you know.
Oh, yeah. Just you weed people out there want to sponsor the show.
Trust me, I will sell your shit.
He will, too. And I'm telling you what, you will make money.
Weed, hats.
Yeah.
Shirts.
Oh, hats. Because we always wear hats. This is one of my all-time favorite hats that I have. And it's not new era, though.
This is honestly one of my all-time favorites.
I got you that one, didn't I?
You did.
That was a gift. I got him for Christmas.
We're really having a Diddy moment right now.
Up here, right here.
We buy each other gifts.
Oh, we do. Walter's special. He's got that big pussy on his face. I love it.
Lube up, baby. Daddy's coming through.
Come on, Justin. You want that contract, don't you? Anyway, so this is 5 women you would bring with you. And I got to let you go first, Walter, because I got a whole thing. Like, I really thought about this. I gave it a lot of...
If this, didn't count my wife, I figured...
I didn't even understand. If this didn't count my wife.
Like, if this wasn't meant to be like this whole fucking fantasy shit.
No, it's a fantasy. It's women you really want to spend the rest of your life with, Walter. So go ahead.
Well,
it's a fantasy, Walter. It's people you want to be around. Go ahead. No, you fucked up so bad. You better hope so much that this woman doesn't see this.
I love my wife.
I know you do.
But not for the list.
But I'm reading that book. It's The Power of Bad. Really good book. It's the psychology behind negativity.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that all the woman has to hear is that she's not on that list once. And it doesn't matter how nice you are to her, how many nice things you say. I love you, baby. Can't live without you.
Well, I really fucked up because my first one was Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell?
And then I thought you had said women you want trapped on an island, not women you want to be trapped with on an island. So Rosie O'Donnell could get trapped on an island. She is
trapped on an island. She went to Ireland. She's fucked up.
Exactly. My wish came true.
There you go.
All right. So
you and Donald Trump.
I think the first one I will say is Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. I know that name. Hold on. I want to take a look at these women here. All right. I know that name, don't I? Sounds familiar. What was she in?
Euphoria.
Oh, nothing I really know.
She was in some stuff.
Okay, Sydney Sweeney.
Hey, you're not supposed to judge me.
Oh, I judge you all the time. Who are you fucking kidding? Too late. Come on, man. You know me better than that. All right, there's Sydney Sweeney. She looks kind of stuck up.
Yeah, but she won't be stuck up when she's stuck on an island.
It depends on how good looking the other 5 are, or the other 4 are. She might just go lesbian. Go ahead. What's the next one?
You didn't say that was a fucking possibility.
Well, you're on an island, man. How long does she want to put up with your shit? Go ahead. What's the next one?
The next one, I will say my Israelite Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I think she's hot. I like her. Yeah, she's cute. She's sophisticated too. She looks like she could hurt you while having sex.
Oh, she was a soldier.
Yeah, I bet. Go ahead. So far, we're all right.
So, are we going like with any age? of this person?
Well, it has to be current.
Or is the current?
No, they're all current.
I might
At least mine were.
I'm still going to pick her. I'm going to go Salma Hayek. I don't care. I don't care if she's
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Yeah, because she's still fucking hot. Salma Hayek is just, ugh, oh my God. But there is something to be said for this one. Where is it from? What was that with Antonio Banderas?
Oh, yeah.
This movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Fucking gorgeous.
Oh, you're thinking
God.
of the other one, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn. Oh, yeah, that's right, with Quentin Tarantino,
But
right?
Desperado was good, too.
Desperado, yeah. Ugh.
All around the same time.
Okay, that's what, 3?
That's 3. I will say Marissa Abela.
Spell it.
Marisa Abela.
See, now you just picked all hot chicks.
I did.
Yeah, she's hot. She's young there. You're a pig, Walter. Oh, there she is. She's growing up. Never mind.
No, she was born in 96.
Yeah, well, she's a grown-up. That makes her a grown-up.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking crazy guy.
Not that we're going to admit to on camera, anyway. And the last one.
The last one, I will go with a curve wild card ball.
Who?
And say, I don't know how to say her name, if it's Mickey or Mikey, but Mickey Madison. It's spelled Mikey.
Because her parents were so literate. My ex-wife went to school with a girl who had twins when she was in high school. She was 15. And she named them Smurf and Smurfette. Yeah. That's really what she named her children.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's easy to remember.
All right. Now let's do a serious list. Because you're trapped forever. Now,
that's all right.
And here's some of the things that I thought about, right? Because you got to, like the little planning went into this.
Margot Robbie was kind of a close 6.
See, all of these girls seem really stuck up to me. I didn't go with any Hollywood people, all right? So here we go. I got 5 minutes, right? I want somebody who can cook. You're on a fucking island, man. And I want somebody, not only can they cook, but they're good. They're resourceful cooks. So I looked up like women who are good at cooking, right? And so I came up with like Jessica Koslow and Garima Aurora. They're both a bit long in the tooth. They're a little too old because we may want to spawn too. And this girl right here, Pooja Dhingra, right here. She's cute. She's a heavy girl, which means she's probably a very good cook. And she's attractive.
So you did pick this one?
No, I didn't. I passed her up because as cute as she is, she's a little big. I went with this girl right here. She's my cook right there.
Okay.
And she's real pretty. And her name is Daniela Soto Innes. And she's a world-class chef from Mexico City.
I thought she just lived around the corner from you.
I wish. But look, she's also easy on the eyes. Yeah.
Sure.
And she can cook. It's like, what I say, yumminess all the way around. Yeah, I like that. So that's my number 1 pick, right? And then I went with this girl. Where is she? Hold on.
Where are you?
Where is she? Yeah. She's over here. All right. This is they call her Wood Girl. Okay.
Meet my girlfriend.
Yeah. Now you see, because again, she's a carpenter.
She has no head.
This woman right here, yes, with no head. She's this Asian girl. She does. Where is it? Let's see. This cutting board right here. This is her, and she's a carpenter, and she makes some really beautiful stuff, but she's good with tools. You see, and so
she's probably got strong wrists.
Yeah, all of her, and I love this because all of these woodworking videos that she does, she's in a fucking mini skirt like that.
Can you imagine if you went to New York City and every single worker had to wear a dress like that?
Yes, I can. As a matter of fact, I'm imagining it right now, Walter.
All the females who have to direct traffic.
Yeah. She's just really hot. Anyway.
And she's having fun. Look at her.
She's having fun.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. Uh-huh. At least in this one, they show her face. Most of the videos, they don't even show her face.
Yeah, and you
They
still
just show her
see
tits and her
see
ass.
more cleavage than
Right,
face.
So, okay, so that's number 2. And then you see, you went with hot chicks, and so did I. But I went with porn stars. Because I want a sure thing. Those other girls, like Gal Gadot, she's hot and everything. But I think even stuck on a fucking deserted island, she wouldn't
Still
fuck
have
you.
a stick up
yeah,
her ass.
Yeah. That's just my feeling. And the Sweeney girl you said, she's got the same look.
Yeah.
Like, she'd just be sitting there, I can't believe this. Was this your fault we're on this fucking island to begin with? Like, they'd be fucking with each other before they'd be fucking with you. Whereas my girl right here, Willow Ryder, with that ass.
My list is
Let me
better
tell you
than
something.
your list.
My list blows your list away in so many ways. Look at this girl. This girl is so fucking hot, man. I swear to God. I love this girl. Willow Ryder, right?
We should
Because you
tag
want
her.
flavor there. Yeah, we should tag her. We certainly should, Walter. We should tag her. Yeah. And here's the other one, right? Is this my girl? This is my girl right here. And I told you, this is Vanessa Moon. She's another porn star. And Vanessa Moon, she absolutely beautiful young lady, right? And she's very petite as well. Where Willow's a little bit bigger, right? So this girl runs real petite. I think she's like 4'11" or 5 feet tall, and like 95 pounds. So you get a nice contrast in
So
there.
you could even like fit her in a box and sail her away, see if she could find another
you can
island.
do that. This is one of my favorite pictures of Vanessa. I do what Daddy wants. Come on, man. She gets on the island just for the shirt alone. And she's just extremely hot. And I told you, I had an aunt when she was younger who looked just like this as well. And she married my uncle, but yeah, beautiful.
But like
Anyway.
you said, it wasn't blood, so it was okay.
Well, so she was closer to my age than my uncle's, let me tell you. So anyway, and then I have Marla, right? Marla Hooch. She's my 5th one because somebody's got to do the work.
I didn't realize you were picking her.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do the work.
See, I put thought into this, Walter. You just pick these fucking things willy-nilly like this, man. You have that on, and any of the hot chicks are not going to go lesbian with this girl. You're not going to have to worry about it, man.
She's going to be out collecting sticks for the
Right,
fire.
Exactly. She's going to be helping the Asian chick build things.
Oh, my God.
So, you see,
That's
there's
fucking
some
great.
thought went into this.
That's funny.
And those are my 5 women.
That's good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Much better than your list. Your list kind of sucked, Walter.
My list came together
All right,
on the train ride here.
Can we do this one more? Let's just take one more picture, one more shot of Willow. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Good for you.
Exactly. God said, and now I'll make an ass. There you go. And he did. Anyway.
He meant to make watermelons, and then they just
developed into that.
Yeah.
Both sides.
They got the
Anyway,
yams.
I digress. All right, so that's that. Okay, so Marla Hooch.
Wow, look at you burning through 15 minutes apiece.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. On the dot. On the
Yeah.
Gal Gadot.
We're gonna have to freestyle some of it because some of it aren't that long. The in the news. We could do a lot of things for this too, but I chose the article that I found on.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, we can do this. Yeah. Tell me when you're ready. Just look at the nice Asian girl's cleavage until you're ready, Walter.
No, go ahead.
All right, and this is I like this. Federal judge orders price of eggs to go back up.
Oh wait, is this in the news?
Yeah.
All right,
why?
hold on.
What? Huh?
We gotta go to my hardworking scenes.
I guess I have to give credit to the Babylon Bee here, because I got this directly from the Babylon Bee, and they put out some great content, although some people might not like it, as it tends to lean slightly toward the right. These guys really aren't conservatives. They're libertarians, much like myself. And the article says the U.S. egg prices are finally on the decline for the first time since 2022, but one federal judge has put a stop to that with an injunction requiring egg prices to go back up. It's the court's position that egg prices must return to the previous elevated levels. District Judge Sandra Milo ruled lower egg prices cause people to think President Trump is doing a good job, and that is a threat to our democracy. Therefore, egg prices must immediately go back up to their absurdly high levels. That's what the law clearly states. I'm a federal judge and I have spoken, she added. Experts are warning that while the case is appealed by the Trump administration, egg prices could climb to over $50 per dozen. We urge consumers to acquire eggs now, said one economist, before another judge mandates the prices must climb even higher. News organizations were quick to cover the skyrocketing egg prices, which they then blamed on Trump. At publishing time, the judge had also ruled that keeping your own chickens to save on eggs is unconstitutional. Anyway, that's just a ridiculous article, obviously. And you know, it's funny because during the presidential address, they said it wasn't a State of the Union, but whatever. And when he said, you know, I could cure the worst disease, I've been saying that since like 2016 when he first ran. I said, you know, this guy could cure cancer, and I wasn't a fan. Like this is what happened in my journey with all this. Like in 2016, I wasn't a fan. I didn't vote. If I did vote, I would have voted for Mark Johnson, but I didn't even feel it was worth going out for, to be quite honest with you. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, neither one of them inspired me. I think their campaign slogans for both camps was, I'm not the other person. Like that, vote for me, I'm not them. And they're really bad, and I'm not, which, you know, but I really believed like that they hammered this guy so bad. I said, if this guy cured cancer, because my ex-wife is a huge Trump fan, right? And she's only a big Trump fan because people expect her not to be, because she's Puerto Rican, she's a woman, you know, she works in education, and it would piss her off that people automatically assume she was a Democrat. And trust me, anytime you have expectations for that woman, she will disappoint you. Anyway, see, I'm divorced. I can say things like that, Walter. It's not like leaving my wife off of a list of 5 women I would want to be on a desert island
I
with.
didn't want her to be trapped on an island. I'd rather her not be trapped.
With those 5 other hot women. She would just feel so insecure, Dwight.
No.
That's great. Keep digging that grave, Walter. Keep digging.
No, the thing is, she could get help and possibly send for help while I wait there, you know?
With the 5 gorgeous women?
That just so happened to be there, you know?
They're still not fucking.
Because in this situation, I wouldn't have picked them. They would have just been there. It's not like they knew that I picked them.
Yeah, because that would be hard to. You picked me to be here? Like
you fucking son of a bitch.
And now you want me to cook for you and fuck you?
They would all live on the other side of the island.
Yeah. But, you know, it's but with going back to the Trump thing, though, and I said it back then. I said, if this guy cured cancer, the folks at MSNBC and everything would be screaming, now how are we going to feed all these people who aren't dying of cancer? You know, like, you can just picture it, and it would definitely happen. I've said it many times before, and I believe that. But what they've done is they've made me a fan of this guy just because they hate him so much. And we're going to get to our over the hill bitch of the week in a little bit, and it really centers around this same premise. And they make people be fans of this guy. Like if you don't buy their bullshit 100%, like it's like anything, right? If you accept something as truth, it's either truth or it isn't. So I either accept that you're telling me the truth or I know you're full of shit. And once I know you're full of shit, it's hard to go back to anything else, right? So anyway, so we move on to our next subject. You ready?
What is it?
Now that was in the news, and that didn't last very long. That was like 5 minutes, right?
That's all right. Who cares?
It's true. If we finish early, we'll just talk about something else anyway, right? Doesn't matter.
If we finish early, do we get to go home?
I am home. God. But it took me a minute to realize that. Like, wait a second, do we? I don't know. Anyway, our petty nonsensical irritants section.
Hold on.
The delay on this again?
You're back on. What is the delay on this? It's like 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Oh, is that it? How come I don't? Oh, here we go. We're right here. Oh. Petty nonsensical irritants. Yeah.
And you're sitting there talking while you're watching yourself.
No. Okay, never mind. I was going to, never mind. I got to get rid of this though, right?
You're just watching yourself on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, God, now I'm lost.
Okay. You're petty, nonsensical irritants.
Yeah. I want to go here. All right.
No, there we go.
Leave it right there. Wood girl. She's wood girl, all right. Okay. Today, it's pigeons and the idiots that feed them. I fucking hate pigeons. I hate pigeons. They get them. Did you know that they're not indigenous to North America? Pigeons.
Aren't they just rats with wings?
It's just one more thing this fucking Europeans did to fuck up America.
Sorry about that.
They brought them over.
Well, sorry for my people.
Well, they think that they're not even sure why they came, but they think it was for food originally. That they were like, they eat them like chicken, kind of like chicken. But you would never eat a pigeon like that now. Mm-hmm. I mean, you would if you got hungry enough.
You think homeless people would eat a pigeon? I don't even think they would eat a pigeon.
Well, not in America.
They would just open the door for you at McDonald's and hope you get some nuggets.
Yeah. No, but pigeons are disgusting. They bring disease and everything. And they're flying rats. They're flying rats. And I don't understand. Would people go out there and feed fucking rats in the street? No. Why do you feed pigeons?
Start feeding rats in the subway station.
Well, I go for, look, I like to walk around the neighborhood, right? And there's overpasses. I live in Queens, right? There's overpasses everywhere. And it doesn't matter where you go. These overpasses, they're fucking pigeons. And you got to be careful because you see like there'll be a big circle where all the pigeons are up there because the whole thing is like pigeon shit and you can smell the pigeon shit when you go underneath there. And I got to take my hat off, right? Because I worry more about fucking up my hat than I do getting shit on my head. Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. And I think it's just disgusting and I don't understand it. Now I read a thing, right? I went, here is it, yeah, flying rats. In fact, I said that they're worse than rats because rats don't shit on your head. Yeah, and it's true. This is poison.
The only thing is rats fucking skeeve me out more.
But why? You got to ask yourself why.
Because
they don't fly.
The flying doesn't bother me. The rats just gross me out.
Yeah, but pigeons fly over your head and shit on you. That don't bother you?
It bothers me. It's not something that I look forward to.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Animal control estimates that there's upwards of 9 million pigeons in New York City. Like they say it's really hard to estimate, but anywhere from 3 to 9.
How do they count them?
But that's just it. That's why they can only give you an estimate. But it's the same with the rats. They say there's approximately 3 million rats.
I'd be sitting there going 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one comes in, and I'm like, no, I just counted that one. Wait, how do you actually count these fucking things?
Well, somehow I picture them paying somebody like you to sit in a park.
1, 2, fuck, gotta start again.
Take another hit, yeah. Walter, how many did you count? It was like 400.
It was like
417. Yeah. 420, actually. No, it was 420. It was 420. But I would take that. There was a great book, and I read this and I actually looked it up because I read it when it came out, and I'm like, oh, my God, that was over 30 years ago that book came out. It's called A Short History of a Small Place by T.R. Pearson. It was a really good book. It's funny because I read some of the reviews on it last night when I was looking at this, and some of the reviews were bad, and I thought it was a great book. I really enjoyed it. But there was a section in there. It's about a small town. It's a fictional town in North Carolina, and they want to get rid of the pigeons, so they hire this guy to poison the pigeons, and he wants to save money because he's really cheap. Because in whatever he saves, he could keep. So he only gets half the poison. So basically, he just makes all the pigeons sick. They're just like falling all over the place and throwing up and shitting on everything. Like, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that would gross me out.
Yeah. Anyway, pigeons are disgusting. They grind my gears, as Peter Griffin would say. That's where we got this from. We absolutely robbed it from Family Guy, right? Now we get copyright infringement.
Yeah, whatever.
But whatever. And it was petty, nonsensical irritants, and that was Peter Griffin's way of saying grind my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah. And he had some good ones in there, too. And I got to look at it, too, because I could steal some of his ideas because some of them were pretty funny. But that is something, that is a petty, nonsensical irritant because in the grand scheme of things, who cares, right? It's fucking pigeons. But pigeons are just disgusting. And invariably, go ahead, wash your car in New York City, and you find out how much you fucking hate pigeons because they'll shit on it within an hour. You know, I come out, I got no tree. There's no tree over my driveway, nothing. Well, why is it every time I come out of the fucking house, there's a big thing of pigeon shit on my car? Tell me they're not aiming, those cocksuckers.
Yeah, they're definitely fucking with you.
Well, look, he just cleaned it. And granted, this is why I only wash my car like once a year.
Fucking rats. I don't know. Rats still skeeve me out more, though.
See, in my job with Verizon, when I was working with Verizon, I worked almost exclusively in the projects, man. And in the projects, you just got used to the rats. Rats and roaches. That was just a part of what you did, man. I would live with the water bugs. We'd go to Marcy houses. And Marcy, you had the terminal was on the back wall of the project, and you go in there you have several buildings, but when you go into the basement, it's just one basement. It's just everything is just one area underneath the buildings, and it was all dirt floors. They didn't cement the floors in that particular project. Some of them they were, like Walt Whitman had cement floors.
That's crazy.
Carlton Ave had cement floors. But at Marcy, they were all dirt, and the fucking rats were burrowed right in. And it was so funny, like you'd see the big rat like the trays of a poison all over the place.
Just walking around it.
Fucking walking around. They're like eating it. It's like party time. Yeah, rats are sitting over there getting high on the poison. Like, dude, look at this. This is the blue shit. This is good. Blue crystal, yeah.
Oh, shit, Diego's back.
And you would go in, like, I remember the first time when I worked there, right? Nobody tells you anything. It's kind of like the initiation process, right? Because I remember showing up the first cold day that I worked on the line. This is going back. I think I started as a technician. I started with Verizon in '95. I became a technician in 1998, I guess it was. And like my first winter there, nobody tells you. So I show up in this big coat, like. No, they're all laughing. And because you don't tell people, like, you can't wear a big coat. You're going to climb telephone poles. You're going in and out of houses. Like, you got to layer. You layer. That's how you learn. And it's the same thing going into the projects. Like, people don't tell you, like, there's certain things you do and you don't do in the projects, right? And one of them is, like, when you go in, like I said, Marcy had a big terminal on the back. Like, it took up the entire back wall. It was huge because it serviced the whole projects. So you had a couple thousand phone lines coming through that board in the back. And when you looked at it, like, you would go down there, and it was like a dystopian fucking nightmare. There's one fluorescent light that's like flickering in the middle of the room, yeah? And it's a whole city block. Like, the whole basement is a fucking city block. And you're underneath, and there's just like one flickering fucking fluorescent light that never worked. So you got your flashlight and everything. First time I went in, I had to walk under these steam pipes in the housing project, right? And I'm walking underneath there, right? And I don't know. Nobody tells you. They don't tell you nothing. You gotta learn. I go underneath this steam pipe, right? And I'm walking, and I had hair, right? And I feel like that, 2 drops, and I think it's water. I told you this.
No.
It felt like water. So what do you do when you think you get water drips on your head? I went like this and got it out. It wasn't water. It was water bugs.
Oh,
2 of
no.
them. And I smushed them.
No. No.
Yeah, there you go. And I smushed them right into my head.
Oh, man.
Which, of course, made me do what? What happened next? Tell me what happened.
Throw up?
Throw up. It's exactly what I did. I threw up.
Oh, my God.
I went home. First, I went back to the garage and washed everything out of my head, right? And then I went home and literally shaved my head. I shaved my head, and I kept my head shaved for probably 12 years. If you see any pictures of me from that time, my head is always shaved. And that's what I did. So the next time I go down there, right, because I left, right, I ain't staying, right? I left. I got to go in. This is my job. I got to go in. So I go in, and now I get to the terminal. Now I know, go way under the steam pipe, right? Looking. First of all, I had a hoodie because I learned, right? You put a hoodie on, tie it tight, so that if anything does fall in your hair. You also learn to tuck your pants into your boots, right, so that they can't crawl up your legs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and so, see? And so this is what I did. I remember my ex-wife telling me, you're overpaid. I said, yeah. And I described this to her. She's like, they don't pay you enough. Like, yeah. And so the next time I go in there, I put the light on the back terminal board, and it's black and waving like this with all the water bugs crawling all over each other. There's thousands of water bugs. And you know what happens, what water bugs do, right? What's one trait that water bugs, most people don't understand this. It's the only cockroach that does what? Fly. Yeah. So I get this bright idea. I got an idea. So they're all there, and I got to get to this terminal because I got to, the way it works, basically, you got a signal coming from above, right, from the person's apartment, and you have to connect it to the dial tone. So you have to find the wire so you can connect it onto this terminal board to get the dial tone. Fine. I get an idea to get these bugs off the board. We have wasp spray, right? Because we work in these terminals, and there's often inside the terminals in people's backyards and shit, there are wasps' nests. Mm-hmm. So they give us this bug spray, and it shoots about 15 feet. So you can stand anywhere from 11 to 15 feet away and spray. I said, why don't I use this on the water bugs? I'll kill them, and then I'll just go. Dun, da, da, da. Dun, da, da, da. Yeah. So I run out. I get the bug spray. I come back. I'm so proud of myself for this, right? Like, oh, God, nobody ever thought of this before. And I start to spray it. And what do you think they do, Walter?
They start.
They come at me.
I had one fly at me once when I was a kid.
I'm talking 100 of them.
No, I don't need 100. Give me one, and I'm done.
Dude, but eventually you get used to it. And what you got to do, and like what you got used to doing was going in, and it's not just Marcy's, a lot of different projects, right? Is you go in there and you had this little wrench. It was a little orange wrench. And you have to knock them off of where you're working. Mm-hmm. And they'll crawl up your arms. That's just the way it is. And you get used to it. And you got to connect it as quick as possible. I remember one time we had these things. They were called Data Star 2000s. And this is how we communicated and everything with our dispatchers. Like you hook it onto a phone line. It was like an old style modem, mm-hmm. And it connected in, and you could open and close your jobs and everything like that through the dispatch. And I remember setting it up on top, and there was also inside it was a meter, like for opens and shorts and electrical current and shit like that I would need to measure, what was wrong with the signals and stuff like that. And it had 2 zippers on the side for the leads. And I remember I would keep it open. I put it up on top of the board. And I'm not thinking about it. I do what I got to do because you get used to shit after a while, right? I put it on top of it, put everything away. I'm driving in. I'm on Nostrand Avenue and like right around Myrtle or whatever it is. And I'm driving down. I just came out of the projects, and I'm sitting and I got this thing sitting on the seat next to me. And all of a sudden, these 2 big roaches come crawling out of it, and it just fucking freaked me out. And I just came out of this fucking hellhole with all these roaches, right? But I see this shit. I see these bugs come crawling out of this thing. I'm on Nostrand Avenue. And dude, I almost took out 2 cars trying to pull over. I threw that fucking thing. in a truck. I'm like, what happened to your data star? I don't know, man. I lost it. Fuck that. Yeah. And that was yeah. So that's my part of my petty nonsensical irritants.
Part of my irritants is just roaches alone.
Yeah, I can't stand. It's what keeps me like. I'm a messy person, but I'm clean. You know what I mean. But like,
You're
My
disorganized.
shit is clean. Yeah, but like the food is always cleaned up.
You're not messy. You're disorganized.
I can't stand bugs in my house, man. And
you're an OCD's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I don't like. You can see behind Walter over there. If you can see that, that's some of my knickknacks and shit. That's stuff I've collected from different trips I've taken since I've been, in recovery. Yeah, that's from all over the world, man. Stuff that I've gotten. Anyway, yeah, but that's it. That's so pigeons and roaches and rats. Those are, yeah, pigeons and roaches and rats. Oh my. So anyway, that was pretty good.
The Wizard of Harlem.
We're still doing the Wizard of Harlem. I saw the Wiz on Broadway with Haley Mills.
The Wiz is coming out on 4K.
It's just another thing he won't watch, though.
I've seen it before.
So then why buy it?
Because it's part of the collection. It's a Criterion. Criterion is a good release.
Yeah, but if you're not going to watch it.
I do watch it. There's just so many. I tend to watch the same thing. We don't watch the same thing all the time. That's what you need to understand.
You do.
Another 48 hours? 48 hours? You don't know what that is? Busting my balls?
Yeah, but how do you
watch
not
the
know
last
what 48
episode on
hours
Trash
is?
TV. It's funny.
I did. You should watch it if you haven't watched it yet.
It's funny.
It's funny.
We
But
sound
it's
like
true.
douches, but whatever.
What, right now? Right now or then?
Let's review our own video.
Well, these guys are real douchebags. And
Really-
they look a lot like us.
They're really into themselves.
Yeah. I thought it was a good episode. I thought the one before that was good, too.
The one before that
Yeah,
one was good.
yeah. Anyway, you people don't know what's good for you. That's why you're not watching now.
And if you told your friends to subscribe, we could tase Dwight live.
That's right. If we get 1,000 subscribers, he gets to tase me. Taser's around here somewhere. Oh, it's over there. I got to get seltzer soon anyway, so
Yeah,
we're
we'll go
almost
into
at the
a break.
Yeah.
You want to do one more segment?
It's up to you. This
Or
is
you
the
want to
next
do a
one
wheel?
is why is or was this popular?
You want to do a wheel before
No,
the
'cause
segment?
we're not doing the wheel today.
Let's freestyle it
No,
before.
because that'll fuck everything up.
We're not gonna have enough time for part 2 for the second half.
But
I'll
can't change things in the middle,
I'll
Walter.
go into it.
Because why do we do this to ourselves is a long segment.
So the next one is, why was this popular?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hey, the camera is bugging out again.
I think, you know what it might be? Is if I get...
I think it picks you up.
Put on a new hat.
I'll be Dwight for the day. King of the castle. King of the castle.
I'm going to try a different hat.
Yeah, I think it zooms out.
I thought maybe it was like if I got a message or something like that.
No, it like focuses on your face when you sit down.
So it's when I get up it goes out? Is it in now?
No, it's not out. It zooms in.
Oh.
I don't know. Your phone is funny.
It amuses you? It makes you laugh? I'm back. Are we still out?
No, we're in. We're in.
We're always in, man.
We're in like a porn star. Porn star, whatever the fuck.
Can we take another look at Willow? Oh, God, I love that girl.
Oh, I thought you meant the midget.
The other one, let me tell you
Her
something.
name is Willow?
Willow Ryder.
Wow.
She get that look like her parents were probably hippies or some shit.
But she, yeah.
What?
A name like Willow.
What about it?
I just think of a midget.
Why?
You know, Willow.
You just keep saying that. It means
you never watched Willow?
What's Willow?
Yeah, with the midget in it.
No, and I think they like being called little people.
I think they don't care what they're called as long as they get hired on Snow White.
Yeah, well, that ship has sailed. That came out yesterday too. The previewing.
You want to go see it?
Look at that fucking thing. Come on, man. This girl is so hot. Anyway, this girl, she was the one I was telling you, by the way, just to finish that little conversation up, right? This one, if I ever won the lottery, I give this girl $10 million to hang out with her for a month and be able to bang her on every continent. 10 million. 10 million, no doubt. Just to pretend for a month. I'd be happy. 10 million. I give her 10 million for a month. Yeah.
How much money do you have in this scenario?
100.
100 million, and you would give her 10% of it.
Yeah.
For a month.
For a month.
Not even for the rest of your life.
No. I couldn't handle that for the rest of my life. It'd kill me. A month might kill me.
We'll take it easy. We'll go a month by month basis.
And it would be the easiest money she ever made in her life.
You would run through your 100 million within a year.
Oh, I don't think it would take that long, Walter. No, I have faith. I can run through money. Listen, man, I run. Yeah, spending money is because, and I tell you this, like God's always taking care of me. You know, I believe in God. Like I have faith. I mean, I am a person of faith, without a doubt. And God has always taken care of me. Like I've always landed on my feet. You know, I've been in situations. I tell you, when I came to New York, like I came to New York via a psych unit. That's how I got to New York, and they put me on a psych ward here. And when I got out of that psych unit, I had nowhere to go, and I hooked up with this girl. I tell you, the Orthodox girl, the Orthodox Jewish girl from Borough Park.
Wasn't she married?
She was married, yeah, and she got me an apartment for She paid for 4 months.
She paid for 4 months, or the Jewish people just owned the building?
No. She paid it. Now it's Italian people. It was your people. They owned it. It was on 67th Street and 18th Avenue.
Oh wow! Right down the block from me.
Yeah. And it was
where I grew up.
On the 4th story.
You went by my house.
Yeah.
Once.
Well, this was in Bensonhurst. Yeah,
but I basically lived on 13th and 67th.
Yeah, exactly. Not far. 5 block. And she'd come by every once in a while. I'd bang her out, and she was a good-looking woman too. You know.
I'm sure
but like
she
that was just, and I'm telling you, God put her in my life, you know, and I'm sure he wasn't sure that I had to fuck for a living, but you do what you got to do, and yeah. But anyway, back like this, I give this girl a month. I got to tell you, and like I said, it'd be the easiest money she ever made.
Oh, without a doubt, you're gonna retire her.
I'm a one and done. I don't know that I would get 10 minutes with this girl. Like I really don't. I say that
like
with all
cumulatively throughout the month, or
10 minutes at a throw. Like she's done it. Like her nightly duties are done in 10 minutes. We're done. I just look at it and fucking shoot. I'm like, all right, we can go to sleep now. You know? Yeah. She's just that fucking hot, man. I just find something about this girl so attractive. And she's got another shot here with she's got the highlights in her hair. I think it's this one. Yeah. Look at that. She's beautiful, man.
Yeah, you could take her to a wedding.
I would like to go to Greece with her. To just hang out in the Greek islands with this girl. She's that fucking beautiful. She's like a Greek goddess, man. Anyway, I digress.
I'd take her.
I keep talking about this shit. I'm going to have to leave. So
I'd take her to the Hudson River.
Hoboken. She looks like a Hoboken girl, yeah.
See if she floats.
Hoboken. I'm dying again. See if she floats. What the fuck? See, you leave it to these fucking sick fucks that I got in my life. My God. See if she floats. Oh, God. See, maybe God doesn't always have my back. Maybe I actually died and went to hell at some point. No, God does. God's always got my back, man.
Flesh.
God's always got my back. But look at anyway. So, why is or was this possible? That's the next topic.
Popular.
We know why that's popular. Okay, and she is. She's quite popular on the
I forgot we even went
circuit.
to the segment.
Now this is this I want to bring this up because this guy, I'm going to tell you, and this is Dane Cook is like, I cannot understand Dane Cook at all. I don't understand how this guy is popular at all.
I didn't mind him back in 05, 06.
Even then.
Didn't really
so I
age
knew this,
well.
I'm going to tell you, I knew this girl. And she brought over this, what was it called? I wrote it down here, Harmful If Swallowed. Apparently this was his first DVD. And I said, a quarter of the way in, I'm thinking we better be having sex if I have to sit through all of this. Halfway in, I'm expecting a three-way and some backdoor action. And three-quarters of the way in, I kicked her out because the pussy just can't be that good. So that was my impression of Dane Cook. And here, this is Dane Cook Sucks. This is, I found this. Play this.
Oh, wait, hold on.
All right. Why do they call here? But this isn't him. This is from Mad TV. I should say this isn't Dane Cook. This is from Mad TV. An impression of Dane Cook, but it is fucking spot on.
Later tonight, internet funny man Dane Cook. Why do they call bananas bananas? Shouldn't they be called bananas because they're fun and they're full of deliciousness? Isn't the point of the banana? That's why I eat a banana. Whoa. you know that one guy that hangs out with your group of friends and he's always carrying a ladder? He's always got a ladder with him, you know? And you're like, dude, why do you have a ladder? He's like, because I want to be taller than you. Now step off. We're just minutes away from Dane
This
Cook.
is it.
So I decided what I'm going to start doing now is I'm just going to carry a chair everywhere I go, you know? Just gonna walk into a party and be like, what's up? I brought my own chair. Then I'll sit down and I can stand up, sit down, stand up. You know what I'm talking about? This is a fun game you can try. You know, you can try this. When you go up to get like fast food, you know, you go up to the drive-thru, you know, and you're like, I would like a steak à poivre and a duck l'orange. And they're gonna be like, dude, it's a fast food restaurant. We don't have that kind of food for you. I walk around, and whenever I see a little kid in the street, I want to put a little gold star on their forehead and say, congratulations, and then punch them in the face and be like, sorry, not today. You know what I'm going to do next time I have to go on a flight? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a big fake beard. I'm going to put on a turban. I'm going to walk around like a time bomb and see how long it takes him then to stop me at airport security. And when they stop me, I'm going to be like, what's up? I'm American. Check out my visa. Wonk. So one day I'm going to get married, right? When I meet my bride's mother, my mother-in-law, she's going to walk into me like, oh, hello, Dane. It's very nice to meet you. I'm going to be like, boom, boom. Now your face is broken.
That's perfect. That's perfect. And here's the other one, just for laughs. This is actually Dane Cook, right? On Just for Laughs. Now listen to how awkward this is, right? Listen to how quiet this audience is.
Okay.
This guy is not funny at all. And this is an old clip.
I had a nice little celebration. Recently it was my birthday. I hung out with one of my best friends in the world. His name's Philip. And Philip is actually family. He's one of those people that, you know somebody in your life, and, through time, it's like acquaintances and then friends and then family. I've known Philip 12 years. Philip's got HIV, okay? Here's how I found out Philip had HIV. I moved to Los Angeles, and I moved into a great apartment building, and the landlady says to me, Dane, if you want to live here, you're going to have to go meet Philip, because he's moving next door. You're going to possibly move into his place, and I'm letting him pick his neighbor. I said, that's wonderful. I got to go audition for Philip. So I meet this guy, total character, you guys. The minute I meet him, right?
The whole thing sounds so stupid so far, I got to tell you. The whole setup.
It's a long-ass setup for Philip.
Well, no, because he's not done. It's still being set up.
Oh, yeah.
I walk in, he goes, 3 things that you need to know about this apartment. I said, okay. And he goes, number 1, a lot of sunlight comes in here. It's bathed in sunlight. And I said, well, that's great, Philip, because I like to take a nice sun bath from time to time. Or even a moon shower occasionally.
Now, you give a comedian a 5-minute set and nobody's laughing a minute in, that's not a good set. Eh?
He goes, secondly, careful going to the master bedroom because the floorboard is loose and I don't want you to plummet through. And I said, good God, nobody wants to plummet ever in life. That's a hazard. Thank you, Philip. And then he goes, and thirdly, I have HIV. And the second he said the V, a blob of spit shot out. The biggest blob of spit ever. It was glistening in the air, and it hit the back of my throat. Yeah, and I reacted by going, Philip, do you have any water? Boiled now? I didn't know anything about HIV, the myths,
I guess
anything.
you had to
I never
be
met
there.
anybody with it, but he was so cool. That's the thing about Philip that I dug right. He was just so laid back. He was like, I have HIV. And he was so kind of cool and blasé that he made me feel like I could be equally as comfortable, maybe too comfortable. I was like, oh, how long you had the hively-skivelies? He goes, actually, I didn't have it until I moved into your apartment. Enjoy. He takes me out for my birthday, and he's also one of these people, if you know anything about people who have HIV.
All right, we've seen enough.
They couldn't even put like the stock sound effect for the audience.
Dude, this was him at his height. This was the early 2000s he did this. And I'm saying.
He blew up, what, 05, 06, right? Like that?
No, 02, 03 was when his DVD came out.
I thought 05, 06 was like, 06 was Vicious Circle, I believe. And that was like, I think, his biggest. It was the one before that, and then maybe the one after that. And
well,
then
I know the one that she brought over, right?
Vicious Circle, right?
I have no idea.
He
I
was
thought
po-
it was
he was
Harmful
po-
as Swallowed. I thought it was his first one.
Was he performing?
Because
on
I'm
a
trying to
s-
think of the
was he
time that it would have
performing on
been.
a Circle stage?
Yeah, it was.
Vicious Circle. It was 2006.
It was not funny.
That one was all right. It was.
It was not funny. No, it wasn't all right.
I could rewatch it maybe and check it out. That's the one where he calls out the kid in the audience.
I couldn't tell you. It was that bad.
Jacob. That's Jacob.
I don't know.
Jacob. That's Jacob.
I can tell you that I'm funnier than he is. Yeah. It was that sad. Like it was to me, and she's cracking up, which made me think like, oh fuck.
You have to reevaluate your relationship.
Like I'm like, you really think this guy's funny?
I've been there before.
And on top of that, she thought I would find it funny.
And then she's
I think that
reevaluating
bothered
the
me.
relationship.
I think that bothered me more than anything, was that she thought that this was my humor.
Yeah, but females don't know any better. My wife
Listen,
does
the
that
only
to me.
reason men are funny is because we want to get laid. I'm not a good-looking guy. I'm a funny guy. Like I can make that's been my thing my whole life. Like I've had really pretty girlfriends and much prettier than me. My
Much
wife.
prettier than me.
Ah, yeah. But no, I always dated up. Like I'm under no illusions about any of that shit, man.
Pinkies up, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, people met my wife that was kind of like in the other guys, right? With Will Ferrell and what's his name, Mark Wahlberg. You know, when he's married to Ava Mendes, and Mark Wahlberg's like, really? That's your wife? That was my second wife. People looked at it like that, like, really? This, like, yeah, man, I'm fucking funny. I'm telling you, like, and that's always been my thing. This guy's not funny. He's just not funny. He's never been funny. I watched an interview
personality
with him with Steve-O, right? And he's talking about how everybody dogged on him and all this shit, and it's what brought his. Did you see that? I know you watched Steve-O, right?
I like the podcast.
Yes. Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on.
He was on the podcast. I don't think I've seen it.
But he's talking about it, right? He was talking about the whole thing about, you know, how basically how, you know, they dogged him and why comedians turned on Dane Cook. And that's kind of the way he sees it, like these people turned on him. But I got to tell you something. He was never funny.
People just caught up.
Right. I think it was like the Emperor Has No Clothes. Like he was a good-looking dude, and I think that women, like this girl, she responded to that.
It was bitch comedy for sure.
Yeah, like he wasn't funny. He's just a good-looking dude.
I think a lot of guys liked it because the girls liked it. And there were moments that he had, but like in thinking back, it was a lot of corny shit.
Well, this is one of those why was it popular?
Yeah.
This is one of my why was it popular moments, and I guess this is our inaugural one. Inaugural.
Inaugural.
One of those words. Yeah.
Watch your mouth. What the fuck did you just call me? I called you inaugural.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. Make something of it. Yeah. But I just don't get it. I don't
Ignore
get
this dick, bitch.
it. Yeah, his brother robbed him, apparently. He had his brother locked up.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Which his brother's probably like, you ain't that funny, man. You don't deserve this money. Like,
He was probably like, I know this money isn't going to keep coming in,
that's
so
it.
I'm
I
just
better
gonna
take it while
take
I
it
can.
now.
Yeah. 'Cause these people are just going to catch on one day. Yeah. Anyway, this is the next segment.
But
and
I
know-
also heard that he was a dick, like in real life.
Well, he seems like it. He did it. All right, you want to hear? This is the thing with Steve-O, okay?
Fucking like let down in some ways. But
Hold on. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I got to be honest with you. I like Steve-O. I think he's funny.
2010. Okay, so like a quick version was like I gone through like the death of both of my parents right around 05, 06.
All right.
And then I go through this terrible situation with my brother. I had to put my brother in prison for, let's just say, bad
You didn't
manners.
have to
Yeah,
put
we
him
didn't
in
want to bring it
prison.
up.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, like, if I bring it up, it means, like, I'm cool to talk about it kind of thing. And then I went through the cool down of my peer.
I would say you had it coming. Like, you seem like that kind of a douchebag. You probably had it coming.
Coming up,
probably
like, the
wasn't
period of
paying
cool
him
down in
right.
my career.
Probably not.
And that was at the end of it.
I go with
And
what you
then
said.
I
I
was
think
also
that makes the
getting
most sense.
smashed
This
by-
shit ain't going to last forever, man. I'm going to tap it while I can. Yeah.
It's that now I can say at 50 what I probably couldn't say then without maybe looking bad. Like, a lot of jealousy, a lot of animosity that I, at a young age, was
Not to, it wasn't just that. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's not. He doesn't get it. Like, you weren't funny. They weren't jealous. They were pissed. It's kind of like watching Barry Bonds hit a ton of home runs, knowing that he's fucking juicing.
Again,
You're not really that
I
strong.
think he had that personality when he was younger, and everyone was like, "This guy's a fucking dick,"
Right.
and he's getting all this attention on top of it,
Right.
So it's even
Undeserved attention.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't even need to watch this because I
Pussy
really
left
want to
and
get
right.
on. I really want to get on to the next topic. I really want to get onto this
Dane cooked.
because this is the next segment that we're doing is called "Why Do We Do This to Ourselves?" Right?
Oh, great. Hold on.
And this.
Hold on.
Why are you hitting yourself? 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 I can make you do anything.
We're on.
You have to stop saying we're on.
Why? What difference does it make?
I'm counting you down and I'm pointing to you. You're like,
Uh,
we're on.
I'm sorry, I balked for a moment. Go all night if you want me to. That's from Todd Rundgren, by the way. Something Anything, great album. Anyway, why do we do this to ourselves, Walter? That's a great topic, isn't it? And this is our first segment that now I came up with this, and because I'm a Met fan, right, in my heart, and as much as I want to just kick the Mets to the curb, it's hard. Well, why do we do this to ourselves? But there are things even worse than being a Met fan. And our initial
same colors.
same colors. And this is our first segment, and we have to do it. I have to call Walter out. I'm trying to save Walter. I'm trying to save this man. Why do we do this to ourselves? The New York Knicks. The New York Knicks. And again, I love doing the research. I was alive the last time they won a championship. I was alive for
Lucky you.
their last two and only two championships. And here's where I want to start this segment of why do we do this to ourselves. I'm going to mention a name now and see if I can get Walter to win. Eric Weiss. Do you remember Frederick? I'm sorry, Frederick Weiss. Do you remember him?
No.
Frederick Weiss was a first-round draft pick for the New York Knicks, and they took him 15th overall in the draft. I want to say it was 98 or 99. They passed on Ron Artest and Manu Ginobili to take Frederick as the 15th overall pick.
Solid.
Now, those guys went on to
solid decision making.
have decent NBA careers, though you probably never heard of Frederick because before the Knicks picked him, they let him know they were going to, right? And Frederick is French. So it just really
trust those French.
lets you know what a bad decision this was overall. And he said, I will never play in America, right? He let them know that. And they said, well, we're going to take you with the 15th overall pick anyway, because we don't think that Artest or Ginobili are going to be any good. They were. Let's see. The last time the Knicks made it past the semifinal round, when was it? When was the last time they made it past the semifinals? We talked about
Semifinal? 2000.
You were alive.
Right.
Okay.
2000.
It was the 99-2000 season was the last time. It was a 4-2 loss to Indiana, right? And, in 98-99, they lost to San Antonio in the finals. And they just haven't been there since. And in the last 25 seasons, including this one, because even the Knicks would have a hard... Yeah, I wrote that down. This is my note. So in the last 25 seasons, including this one, because even the Knicks would have a hard time fucking this one up, they've made the playoffs 9 times, never getting further than the semifinals. So it's 9 out of 25 seasons. So 16 seasons. And like if for those of you that don't know, like if a team has like a pulse, they can make the playoffs in the NBA, right? If they
now they give you a real fucking chance with the wild card rounds.
Even start sniffing like playing 500 ball, you make the playoffs. The Knicks missed it 16 out of the last 25 times.
You could close your eyes and shoot the dart and still hit the board.
Pretty much. As long as you're not in like Washington or Charlotte, you'll make the playoffs. And the Knicks missed it 16 times, and it's just been really rough, man. Only 4 teams have not made the conference finals since 2001. And this was a trivia question I gave to Walter before we came in, because it's so sad. It's just so sad that you're going to put the Knicks in the same conversations with teams of such high standing as the Hornets, the Wizards, and the Pelicans. And he sits there so proudly with the hat on. I'd like to think he just wears it because it was a gift. And he hides it in his bag as soon as he gets on the train so that nobody knows.
I wear this proudly.
Yeah, I know you do. And every year, and this is the cry, like, because it's the same. It's the same with Met fans. Like, there was a thing with the Brooklyn Dodgers when they played here. Them bums, and the Mets have carried on that tradition. There was a story, and my mother always used to like to tell it, and I've heard it in other places too. That it was like after the first, it was the first pitch of the 1952 season, and it was called the ball or whatever. And they go, "We'll get him next year," like, and that was pretty much it.
I've been living that my whole fucking life.
Yeah, but that's been the Knicks, and you wonder, like, why do we do this to ourselves? Like, we live in a community. When I was a kid, like, the Knicks were what you watched. Like, there was no Nets when I was a kid. Like, I was a huge Knicks fan. And I tell the story all the time. Like, I wanted to be Walt Frazier. And I, like, not that I just admired the guy. I wanted to be him, right? I remember I wrote him a letter. I wrote Bill Bradley a letter, too. I invited them both to dinner. Like, come to my house for dinner, Mom was like, what are we going to do if they show up? I'm like, I don't know. Feed them? I don't know. I was a little kid, And anyway.
What are we going to do if they show up?
Yeah. So I remember, I started smoking at like 7 years old, And in 3rd grade, they had the guy came in to tell us, if you smoke cigarettes, it'll stunt your growth, And I wanted to be Walt Frazier, who was 6'4", and so I threw the cigarettes away. Right,
the Rocky music started playing in your ears.
Yeah, I was in 3rd grade. And I remember this distinctly, being out on the playground. Right, it was recess, and I threw my cigarettes away. I used to keep them down in front of my pants. And I threw the cigarettes away because I was going to be a basketball player. I was going to be Walt Frazier.
Were you the type to like put it in your little T-shirt?
No. I down the front of my pants. Always down the front of my pants.
I think I would have been the T-shirt.
I remember going once. It was a place called Chris's Big and Little Shop in Haledon, New Jersey, and I was going there. My mother, I had to get pants for school. Like I needed a pair of pants or something. The lady was measuring me. she's like, you got to undo you. And I didn't want to because I had the cigarettes in there. And she fucking ratted me out. And I was, probably 9 or 10 years old at the time. But anyway, I quit at 7. And I remember going home and telling my mother, oh, yeah, I'm going to grow big and everything. I'm going to be Walt Frazier. And my mother's like, you're never going to be 6'4" and you're never going to be black. Like, thanks, Mom. So I started smoking again.
Womp, womp,
yeah.
It
wasn't the last time my mother would disappoint me.
I hear
with
that's
reality.
that's why most people start smoking again.
Because they can't be 6'4" and black.
Yeah.
yeah, they'll do it. Did it for me. It's also a very short trip to cocaine.
It's just a fun slide away.
It was actually me trying to be Walt Frazier again. Like. Anyway, yeah, but like, so I get, like, when I was a kid, you had to watch the Knicks. There was nothing else to watch. The Nets came around a little bit later with the ABA, and I never took the ABA seriously. And by the time they joined the NBA, they were the New Jersey. Like, I was a Knicks fan. I grew up a Knicks fan. But what's your excuse, Walter? Like, you can watch anybody now. You can actually root for a winning organization. And I kind of gave up. I went, the last Met game I went to, because I refused to go anymore, man. Last Met game I went to was 2 years ago now, and it was to see the Braves and the Mets. And it was like a $400 night. I brought my friend Julian went with me, and it was a $400 night, and I wore a Braves hat. Because I said, I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done abusing myself like this, man. I can't fucking do it,
Like a scorned housewife.
It's enough already. But the whole thing is like, look, I'm putting all this into it, and there's no effort on the part of the team. This is the book that I'm reading that I told you about, the Power of Bad. You don't have to live with this anymore. The funny thing, what I noticed about sports is they lose, but we win. Like, I'm sure when the Knicks blow it, like they did last year, when half the team decided it was injured and couldn't play in the playoffs, the only guy out there was Brunson doing anything, man. The fucking kid's running up and down like a maniac, right? And he couldn't win it by himself. And what was the kid? Robinson.
They got a team around him now. They're getting that.
Yeah, but will they play in the playoffs? These guys are like glass.
Brunson's hurt.
And there it is.
He's got a little ankle injury.
Ankle's tough, man. Ankle's tough.
He twisted it. I was watching it. Fuck,
So
who was right there on that play when it happened?
Who? Do tell.
LeBron.
That
fucking asshole.
If he had been a Knick, you'd have championships.
If he had finished the book, he'd be smart. Some things aren't destined to happen.
Let me tell you something, Walter. He don't have to be smart.
I'm saying some things are just destined to happen.
Yeah. This is a guy, I love to listen to guys like LeBron
He could
James
dribble.
Complain about America. America sucks. America's bad. Dude was 18 years old with a $100 million Nike contract. Yeah, America's real rough for you, son.
Let's not go down that path.
I get where you're coming from.
Fucking LeBron.
But let's get back to the Knicks.
Let's get back to the Knicks.
You can root for someone else.
No way.
Now, do you feel, because like the players aren't loyal, you know that, right? Like they'll leave for more money in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's all of sports now.
Yeah.
That's my favorite line in the Bronx Tale. Fuck Mickey Mantle. You think your old man loses his job? You think Mickey Mantle's going to come pay your rent?
That's why I don't idolize the Saints. I idolize the
Sinners.
The franchise.
Oh, the Saints. What do you mean?
Yeah, like the players. I don't idolize the statues.
Well, that's my friend Louis used to say all the time. You root for the uniform. You know, root for the jersey.
It's
don't
New
root
York.
For the player.
They're playing for me.
Yeah, and it shows. Don't worry, everybody. It's just for Walter.
One of my favorites was J.R. Smith. That dude was definitely always high.
When he forgot how much time was on the clock.
Oh, my God.
Remember
that was
one?
great.
Remember that? Yeah.
LeBron got fucking pissed at him.
Yeah.
What are you doing? He's like, what? Man? What? What? This was my smoke break.
Yeah, he kind of did have a cloud hanging around his head, didn't he?
He was great, though. He's actually a good player.
Oh,